playground and I'm here to play, twisting your fears in a brand new way. The crew could never leave me in the past. Now it's my turn, I've caught them at last. I made a deal with shadows unseen. Now you're lost in this haunted dream. I whisper promises in disguise. Behind this mask the darkness lies. And now your time is running out. The clock's ticking, the end draws near. Dark shadows, the thirst for fear. The moon rises, and all despair. To run from this long nightmare. The wolf can smell the blood on the breeze. Soon your doom will come from me. From every victim a piece I'll take. Now my true instincts are awake. I'll show you how your faith can rust. Smiling as dreams all turn to dust. Playing mind games from within. I lift you up just to pull you back in. And now your time is running out. The clock's ticking, the end draws near. Dark shadows, the thirst for fear. The moon rises, and all despair. To run from this long nightmare. I'll evanesce you in a world of dread, where memory seeps and reality sheds. Sentiment fuels the grand design. To my kingdom you're now resigned. And now your time is running out. The clock's ticking, the end draws near. Dark shadows, a thirst for fear. The moon rises, and all despair. To run from this, run from this. The clock's ticking, the end draws near. Dark shadows, a thirst for fear. The moon rises, and all despair. To run from this long nightmare. Nightmare.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 23 of Dream Warriors. Today we are playing the game Liminal Horror, which was Soap's suggestion. After their other suggestion was co-opted by Warlord? Yeah, alright. We got there. So today's game takes place right after yesterday's game. Like, it even, like, parts of it probably, like, overlap between them. Like, the beginning of today's game is happening before yesterday's game fully ends. But, so, this is a wild system, for the record, where, like, death is around every corner. Like, there is not a lot of HP involved. There is not rolling to see whether you hit somebody. If you say that you hit somebody, you hit them. And if I say somebody hits you, they hit you. That's it. Like, they're only making rolls for when something is dangerous. That is not an attack. And if there are no consequences, there are no rolls. No danger, no roll is how this book phrases it. It is a D20 system, so look for the 13s villains. Also, if a villain joins the call, all you got is 10 HP. That's it. And that might not feel like a lot, but in this game. So, with that, also, so for the people who like to change what dice are, a 1 is a crit success, a 20 is a crit fail, anything below a 10 is a win, anything above a 10 is a fail. 13 is 13. Arthur has 2 HP. In case everybody's wondering. But you do not die at 2. You do not die at 0 HP. You just start taking massive tragedy at 0. Yeah. And Cole's got gas cramps. Everybody take that as you will. Alright, and now we're just going to introduce the players. I'm never going to use that. Alright, we have Arthur, played by Will.
Ahoy hoy.
We got Cash, played by Soap.
Good evening, everyone.
We got Vidra, played by Fee.
Hola.
And we got Foley, played by Zeke.
Hey! Welcome everybody, and we're glad to be here tonight, and let's go have some fun.
Absolutely. So we start on the long road to EeVille. Arthur, Vidra, Foley, Peanut has sent you on a mission to discover whether or not this boogeyman is actually our dear friend, our dear catman Cash, or if it's just an imposter. As you are driving down the road, Peanut is keeping you updated about the mission that's happening in town. He's sent a group around and they are trying their best to free the silver thimble from nightmares. And the city is in a state of panic. He has his Peanut has the Dream Warriors gathered together, all of the people who have been through the dream and came out the other side. Peanut, Clem, Zacna, Isaac, Royce, Akana, Iskra. They're all together, in a safe space. But you all are on a dangerous mission across Sonnery. He's keeping you guys updated. You guys have a couple of minutes before it cuts out. Sorry, Foley, you weren't here earlier. So, there is a villain called the Boogeyman. They have tracked him back via radio signals to the city of EeVille, or around the city of EeVille. What the Boogeyman has been doing is playing a song that puts an earworm in everybody's mind that makes them more anxious, makes them more fearful, and doesn't allow them to go to sleep. And because this is a fantasy game, the earworm is literal. There are literally large yellow worms with fangs in people's ears that go right through the eardrum and just sink their fangs directly into their brain.
Highly unpleasant.
That doesn't sound like a good time.
They killed Peanut.
Do they at least travel via good music?
They travel through a great song called Something About Secrets.
No, neat.
That song was written in hell by local celebrity, Pollux and Castor.
I don't know who this Pollux person is. I'm sorry.
As you all are driving through the city, Peanut is in contact with you, asking you how close. He comes over the radio. He's just like, "All right, you guys, are you within the eyesight of EeVille? Is it still there?"
Yeah, it's still there.
I'm looking through one of my camera lenses to see if I can, the telescopic lens, to see how much detail I can see from this distance.
Roll me a control roll.
Now, can I do that from the character sheet?
Yeah, you absolutely can. Actually, I would love it if you guys do it from the character sheet, because it will always tell me if it's a success.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I
So
figured that's what those little buttons were for.
all you need to do is not under 10. You need to roll under your skill level, which is either anywhere from 10 to 13.
Okay.
I think for
So it
Foley,
rolled
I
a
just made them
5.
all 11.
You sure did.
Did that show up?
Yep,
I got
absolutely. All right.
5.
So Vidra, you know what actual EeVille looks like. You've been there
Yes.
plenty of times. You lived there. You worked from there for quite a while.
Yeah.
We've all
This
been to San
version of-
Antonio.
This version of EeVille is less whimsical than you remember. Like, you see just straighter streets, no like wild like paint jobs on the houses. It feels like a desaturated. It's a significantly worse version of EeVille.
Which is saying something.
Like the cheer that is there, any of the like the Halloween town aspects of it have been replaced with boring. Like it's a nightmare there. Like it's gross. It's
Oh.
also you see yellow fog creeping in, and the scent of lemon is in the air.
Ew. Hey, boss.
Yeah, I'm here.
Up.
Oh, that boss.
That doesn't look like your home.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It looks a little too homogenous.
Too
Like,
perpendicular and parallel.
It looks entirely too lawful.
I literally just made this background a second ago. I really like it. It looks like it's leading to. You do see lightning striking. None of the lightning is anywhere near the city. It's to the side as you hear the thunder rolling in. Foley, your instruments are picking up some distorted radio signals that are most certainly pointing us in the direction of the town. And not just... There appear to be... Can you roll me a control?
I sure can.
Absolutely. Both the 5s twice. But like, they just hit that 13, then fall off. So, Foley. Oh, what do your instruments look like right now? And oh, by the way, Foley, we're in a dream, so you
Okay.
can have whatever you want. Like, this is follow dream logic. Your stuff can look however you want it to.
Okay, I'm gonna say it looks like I'm trying to think of the right word. It's like an old radiation detector.
Okay, yeah, like a Geiger counter?
That's the word I was thinking of.
Uranium fever style?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just there clicking away, and I'm guessing get more and more clicky.
Absolutely. Is it attached to the taxi's antenna?
Let's go with that.
It's
I like
in your
that
cigarette. It's in the cigarette lighter because this is a very 80s taxi.
And it's connected just for fun to a cassette player that's, has some jams going.
Absolutely. And the jams are getting more and more distorted as we get close. But with your success, you realize that there are 3 signals. There is one incredibly powerful signal that is outside of town, near where the lightning is striking. It is just beyond EeVille. You'd have to go through to get there. And there are 2 signals that appear to be mobile. They are right next to each other in the town, but they do seem to be like sweeping through the streets.
Interesting. So I'll turn to the rest of the crew and it's like, whatever it is that's, fucking with everything, it's on the move, so it might not be too easy to track.
Good thing we got a car. Point the way. Why don't you give directions and I'll drive us there.
Vidra's a little bit nervous about the fact that we have music playing.
But it's on cassette, which means that it's curated.
Yeah, it's not live.
Still nervous.
Well,
It is a dream.
His dream mixed. That is a very good point, Vidra. But that's a fun thing to keep in mind. The camera
Better
goes and
question
like
if
shows the
camera-
playlist of the tracks. One of them you can't read, but it might say something about secrets.
it's in that dumb metal font.
Oh my god, something about secrets in dumb metal font. And now
Talking about the one that's completely illegible because it's all twigs and
Oh yeah.
roots. Yeah. Black metal font.
Yeah.
yeah, look, the Liminal horror book is in that font. Now, switch away for the other fourth of this game. Dr. Myers looks over and sees the inky version of the boogeyman sliding back through the ground and appearing in your form after having just dealt with Midnight, Karam, Clovis, and Seth. Dripping the fear. And Dr. Myers looks over at you. He says, "How did it go?"
It went as well as one would hope.
Dr.
Well,
Myers.
Not well. That would be a bit of a lie, but
Dr. Myers' eyes cannot get any bigger. He has removed his eyelids, so he's not tempted to sleep.
smart.
He just keeps staring at you, Cash. He's just like, there is something different. Is Artemis?
Pardon?
He throws one of his hands out. His fingers have all been replaced with syringes and like grabs you around the throat. He's just like, I'm sorry. There is something wrong here.
Let
like-
go of me. Let go of us.
She's like, no, I'm helping. And his other hand, like forms like the. What do you like? He just makes it flat, and like throws it right into your mouth, and just starts rummaging around your insides. And like, he then grabs Cash. He grabs Cash by the throat and yanks you out. And he's just like, my old friend.
Isn't that simple? This Cash is like trembling and probably coughing because of ink and whatnot.
Completely covered in just like the gross, like mucus version of that inky blackness, by the way.
Ugh. Probably
Like-
some reeks of lemons. Also probably gagging because of that, now that I think about it.
And he just starts screaming. He's just like, nothing too simple. It's one of those Lockstitch had some power over nightmares, or sentimentality with this one. It's just like, you no longer need this part. And he looks directly at Cash and she's like, and I have found a new best friend.
What? What do you
And, like,
mean, new
He
best friend
turns you to
Myers?
face. He turns you to face the boogeyman behind you. It's like, I too find myself a little sentimental. And just like, but I cannot have you interfering. And like, he shakes you. And like, as he starts to shake you, you start to lose consciousness. And he is going to he drops you on the ground. He's just, before you pass out, he's just like, do be careful. They were a dear old friend at one time. As you hear footsteps coming into the room, and you feel your body grabbed. It's like, we may need him later. Keep him close. Keep him safe.
Before we fully dispose of him, quotation marks included, the boogeyman will approach Cash and rummage through his coat and remove his journal and quill. This is far more important. This is quite important for one. He has very little use of it now.
Ah, yes. Good thinking. Good thinking. It's just like, now. Off we go. And then you fully black out, Cash, as the rest of our party enter the city of EeVille.
All right. So I presume Foley, your distortion
navigating.
detector, it's probably going crazy right now.
Oh, yeah.
Give me a heading, and I'll steer us that direction.
North by northwest.
All right. So I set basically I set my angle, and I'm driving on. I guess scanning I'm sort of scanning the streets, seeing if I recognize any landmarks, people, the normal things,
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a control.
Alrighty.
Success. 11.
Right on it.
So as you're looking around, you see the folks of EeVille, our standard zombie people, skeleton people, just regular guys, but many of them are missing limbs. Which, for a zombie, it happens. But these it looks recent wounds that are not taking care of their if you lose an arm, you do something about it, generally.
Interesting. I kind of file that away and make a note of it.
You see multiples of them. EeVille currently has a real unhoused problem. It looks like these people are against the walls, looking up into the sky, not paying much attention to anything around them. Your taxi goes by them slow, their eyes glazed over. None of them, it's not full of the unlife it usually has.
Feels almost like it's been gentrified. I'm sure that we're probably going to find that there's a bunch of artisanal brew pubs or gastro pubs and
vegan cupcakes.
Yeah, that nobody can afford.
And pizza with broccoli on it.
Right.
And for some reason, sweet potato fries everywhere.
Right. Never as good as the real thing.
I think people who eat them do it for attention.
EeVille, by the way. Just so we know that. Right. Everything I'm about to make up, it's fucking off the dome. I need you to know this. Oh, absolutely. And you see, okay. Right, let me get a token here. There's got to be one. You see the people in the somebody in one of the houses steps out and just kicks at one of these zombies. the person that steps out is it's still undead, but they are stitched back together. Like you see stitch work all through them. They are made of multiple different kinds of people. It's just like, get away from here, get out of here. And it's just like they see your car going by, and they are like watching. You see that these people are they unconsciously maybe tapping to a beat.
Got it. All right. So as we move closer to the source of the signal, do we see more of these amputee zombies? And are they all tapping to the same beat? Like in unison?
Yes, absolutely.
Peter's gonna rummage through their pack and pull out the headphones that they use for editing, because they aren't exactly noise canceling, but they are muffling.
Yeah, I love that. Foley, we are getting close to the double signal.
I think Foley's gonna turn up the radio in the car to try to, drown out anything that might come in.
Roll me a concentration check.
Concentration.
Oh,
Control.
control. Yeah, you're real good at listening to music.
Yeah.
As you turn up the music, listening to it, as Vidra puts the headphones on, in Arthur and Foley, whatever the song that you're playing, Arthur, you are also into it because you are going to be protected by him turning up the music.
Just for irony's sake.
easy.
For irony's sake, it's Earworm by Planet Smashers.
God damn it.
You see what looks like an ambulance come pulling up. And it has its siren is blasting a discordant wee 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 wee, and like everybody that like hears it just turns their heads to look, and they start to stand up and walk towards the ambulance. And the two nurses get out of their car, get out of the ambulance and go to the back door and open it up. They are carrying gramophones, by the way.
Uh-oh.
Fancy.
Is there anyone here that we would recognize?
Sure. Do you know any zombies or skeletons? You can invent them as you want. I would say that one of them you probably know. He's probably been attacked. One of the
Like an informant?
an informant. Yeah, thank you.
Can his name be Two-Armed John?
Two-Armed John?
Yeah.
We
Absolutely.
lost the other two in an unfortunate coffin accident.
Yeah.
Oh, is he an informant because he used to be a grave robber? That's a bad crime here in EeVille, by the way.
Arthur?
All right. Yeah.
Is that why?
Yeah. So, Two-Armed John actually originally had 6.
Oh wow.
Poor
Okay.
bastard.
He was like an insectoid creature. He would be a spider probably. He's down to 2 arms, 2 legs. And of course he's an anatomically incorrect skeleton. So the best kind of Halloween decoration.
Yeah.
Craft store skeletons.
Yes.
I will never lose my octopus skeleton. It makes no sense. I love him.
Yep.
His Two-Armed John, he is trying to get up. you see like he's struggling to his remaining legs as he's trying to make his way towards the ambulance. But then you see the two nurses pull a figure out of the back, and like they then pull out a little syringe, and they're just like, it's like, we're supposed to take care of him. Of course, we're gonna take care of him. And they like, you see Cash. I don't think there's any like any reason that detectives and like wouldn't recognize Cash, you know?
Right. Given that, so we were briefed that we have reason to believe that the boogeyman and Cash are the same creature. But we've also been led to believe that there may be some of the real Cash inside the boogeyman. So I think this looks like something where it might be in our interest to try and rescue him. So I'm gonna basically spin the wheel on the cab and just try and do a side swipe into the back to create so I can basically slam the trunk end into the ambulance, cause a commotion, see if we can smash and grab him.
Is there kind of that doorway almost behind, like if you pull one of the seats down into the trunk of your car, of your cab?
Yeah, you can collapse one of the back seats. Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and like worm my way through and pop the trunk. So if you're gonna be like swerving so that the trunk is in the back, like towards him, like so we can try to pull him in.
Yeah, sounds great. Let's do that. What do you need me to roll, Alan?
Oh, fuck, that sounds like a dex if I had to like.
Alrighty. Let's see how we do.
Is that just him, or is that?
I think just him is fine. I was gonna say that you guys, like somebody else could also like do it as a help thing, but yeah, with a 6 we're good. What's that look like? So we're spinning it around. Are you hitting the cat and hitting the ambulance?
Yeah, so I'm basically hitting the ambulance with the tail end, and then basically using that to clear the space, so that we can then drive by, and then Vidra can then, as we're driving by, pull Cash into the trunk.
How is Cash currently? Is he still out?
I would say incredibly lethargic. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Give me a second. But they were about to inject you with a serum to keep you subdued. They were going to give you the earworm. But so as it slams, like the two nurses, which are both named they're both named Goodbye Nurse.
Hello, nurse.
Goodbye, nurse.
You don't want good hello nurse showing up. Trust me.
Okay.
As you hit the ambulance, the song cuts out for a moment, and they like look around in panic. And like as Vidra's grabbing Cash, the nurses are walking. It's just like, "What are you doing? I'm walking here."
And of course I'm hammering on the horn as I go, and I'm doing like the New York cabbie thing, like, get out of the road, I got passengers here.
You don't want to take a job here. We get doctors.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to see your insurance.
Hey, guess what? This is a lawless city, and I have one law, and that is the blood oath that I signed with my passengers the moment they closed the door to this cab. That means that I am going to get them to their destination as fast as inhumanly possible. And I don't give a crap about your laws, about your suggestions. We're going! And then, you got him in?
Got him, boss.
Cool. You slam the trunk, and then I tear off.
Peel off down the road. It's just like, the nerve of that guy. He's like, oh, all right, let's get back to it. Where's the cat? Boss is gonna be so mad. Gun, little white lie. He'll never know. How would he know?
All right, so as Vidra is pulling Cash back into the cabin of the cab, I got
Yeah, check for injuries first.
yeah. I'm
There. Good.
gonna see if I can find a quiet alleyway that I can pull us into, and so we can take stock of the situation.
As you go around the city, you find one landmark, despite the fact that the outside of it has changed color, does stand true. Your old bar, the Hanged Man, is still there.
All right. So I know where everything is here. So I know the good parking spot around here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull into that. Vidra, what's the situation on our new passenger?
Oh, they seem very groggy.
Any signs of wounds or anything beyond just being a little out of it?
Do I see anything like that?
Bruising around the neck. Significant bruising around the neck. Signs of asphyxiation. They smell like somebody
Rinse.
pulled them out of a lemon meringue pie that had gone that had rotted.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nika type like putrid lemons, absolutely.
Yeah.
Putrid lemons and ink, to be more specific.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Well,
You need a bath.
All right.
they seem
so-
like they've had a really rough night.
All right.
Or a really good night.
Rough and good don't have to be opposites.
Yeah, that's true.
I go, hey, there's an emergency medical kit in the duffel bag back there. One of you guys mind see if you can patch Cash up a little bit so we can have a conversation?
On it.
You got it, boss.
I'm not your boss. I'm just in the driver's seat.
Cash, like as they administer first aid, which is, as first aid goes. And I think
And
it's
smelling salts, probably.
and smelling salts, absolutely. You do manage to come to. You do
He's
not
gonna-
remember how you got here. Like the scene between you and Dr. Myers is foggy. It feels like a nightmare that your mind is actively trying to forget.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I kind of figure that in the cramped back seat of this, I'm like probably sitting on your chest with the smelling salts in front of you, like trying to wake you up.
As he's coming to, he's gonna just tiredly and still sort of out of it, look at the three of them. Who the hell are you people?
Wait, you
They're
don't know me?
awake.
So, I think the better question to ask you is, who are you?
I am Dr. Caspian Fraser Jr., but I go by Cash. I am of Lockstitch. Who the hell are you?
What a coinky dink.
Hi, you might know me. I'm Foley Silvertongue. You may have heard my voice over the radio.
Possibly. It's been a while. I don't really know how my mental constitution is currently.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me. If you want to try to remember, like, I don't think Cash has had a game where they met Vidra or Arthur or Foley,
Mm-mm.
but roll me a control to see if you because people will have talked about them.
Foley is famous.
Foley is famous.
Goddamn.
12 is a success, absolutely. Yeah, you will have remembered like mission reports explaining these three.
This
I'm in
is
the
a
middle of
real
making a
shitty way to
map.
meet new people.
I don't know. Could be worse.
This is worse.
You could be
So,
trying to kill us.
That might happen still.
and so I
Vidra gets off of your chest when you say that.
so I go.
They're gonna
What
double
do
up.
you,
They're gonna play both. They get the first 13 because they're in it. Like that is the rule. I'm unmuted.
Yeah.
You are.
Holy shit!
We heard all that.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought I was on push to talk. Oh,
Immediately back to push talk.
now I'm back on push to talk.
So, Cash, how much do you remember about the boogeyman? What does that mean to you?
A lot. But also at the same time, nothing that I can truly put into words. It was like watching your body be completely autonomous all on your own. There's very little that you could do about it.
I get it. You weren't in control of the situation. Totally understand. I'm not blaming you here. However, I think you give us a unique opportunity. You know something more about the boogeyman than just about anybody else out here. So if we're going to take this bastard down, you're going to help us. So, those goons who were trying to drug you, do you remember where they took you from?
Not entirely, no, unfortunately. Though it's somewhere that I know that I should know, but I don't. And as he's talking, one of his hands just lazily starts patting himself down. And whatever haze that he was under immediately snaps out and goes, "Where's my journal? Where's my pen?"
How would I know? I'd make it a point not to go into someone's pocket.
To be fair, we haven't searched you yet.
This is a problem.
Why?
Let's just find them and hopefully we won't have to worry about it.
So, given that we've got this one point of stability in EeVille right now, hey Foley, what does your what does your instrumentation tell us about the bar area? Like, would you say that like, is it, when you point it, does the Geiger counter just start ticking like mad, or is it less than when we were back by the ambulance, would you say?
One way to find out. I pointed at the bar, and what happens?
Because you've already made the roll to have the item, you don't have to make a roll to like see if it works. When you point it at the bar, there are lingering like frequency discrepancies. But for the most part, it is just standard.
I mean,
Okay.
it's no worse than other places.
All right. So let's if it looks to be relatively safe, let's see if we can go in there and take stock of the situation. Cash, if you were to see the location that you were in, would you be able to recognize it on sight?
Possibly.
All right, cool. I have some ideas, and I sincerely hope I'm wrong. All right. So I'm gonna go in and into the bar. Who else is coming with me?
Oh, it's a bar. Foley's in.
Right? I put in a pair of earplugs as well, just to make sure that I don't get infected.
I suppose I would have to roll for this, but would there be like some kind of like blanket or something? Because I think it would be best to conceal what he looks like for now.
Oh, I think it's perfect. Like, this is a very 1980s cab. I definitely think there's a blanket draped over the back seat.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
in
It
the
doesn't
duffel
smell
bag.
great.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would you want to use it though?
It probably smells better than I do currently.
Fair point.
All right. So we go into the bar, go up to the bartender, and I say, hey, anyone
Magatha
seen?
looks over. It's just like, Arthur?
Hey, how's it going?
It's like, oh. It's going great. Everything's wonderful. It's just like everybody's been. What are you doing here? We thought you got out.
Well, just when I thought I was out, they dragged me back in. So, I'm back. Guess the question that I gotta ask is, anyone heard from Doc Myers of late? He tried to contact me a little while back to tell me about some gang war shit going down, but that's nothing new, which seemed like a trap. So that tells me he's playing an angle here. You been
No,
around
Dr.
lately?
Myers never plays any angles. Dr. Myers is a great person. We all love Dr. Myers at this bar,
Dr.
don't
Myers is
we?
a son of a bitch.
Interesting. Now that told me way more than anything else. All right, that is good.
So-
Where have you seen the good doctor?
Being as I'm so short, would he have? Do I come below the height of the bar, or like am I easily seen?
I definitely don't think you're easily seen.
I'm gonna have recording equipment so that we can record this conversation for posterity.
Yeah, roll me a control.
All right. Oh,
One failure.
No.
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to roll twice. One more roll, because double up is in action. So we roll
Oh.
twice and take the one. You roll 12 twice. That is hilarious.
Dice really have a story here, apparently.
As you set the recording equipment, what did your recording equipment look like, first off? Because here's what's going to happen. It's going to feedback super hard and deal 1d6 8. Let me tell you how much damage you do that you'll take. Because if it's mental damage or physical, it's all HP. But if it's mental damage after you run out of HP, it hits your control. If it's physical damage after you run out of HP, it hits your strength.
so it's like an external microphone, kind of deal. Like I'm just thinking about like an old school reporter microphone.
Like one of those old parabolic mics.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The feedback hits and like it hurts so bad. And it does 6 damage to you, for the record.
Oh my god.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a
How many
lot
hit
of
points
damage.
did you have?
I had 4.
So here's where it immediately is gonna like hurt your control. Let me get the piece. Let me get the sheet up for this. Okay. So you are taking. Oh, and so you take damage, and go ahead and roll me an 8-sider.
So that just off of the normal.
Yeah, just a regular 1d8. Okay, 3 is okay. You have a splitting headache. Like your left eye, not headache, straight up migraine.
Mm.
One of your eyes is doing tunnel vision.
Mm.
You can barely hold yourself up. And as you like look around the bar, everybody heard that.
Clearly.
I quickly drop to check on so I see this happen and I'm like, hang on a sec, Vidra, here, let me lie you down here. I kind of cradle Vidra's head and lay them down gently on the floor, and I get out my med kit. What do I need to do to see if I can start trying to help them out? Like I'm checking to see if we've got any like aspirin or anything like that in the kit.
That would be another control.
Okay. So roll twice on this one. Take the low.
Roll twice, take the low.
Ugh.
Oh, crit success though.
You got one.
Man, you had like whatever the best medicine was.
Probably Excedrin.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Thinking laughter.
In my medical opinion, that's not as good as Excedrin.
All right, I get a glass of water and then basically feed the meds into Vidra's mouth and chase it down with some water for them, and then I'm like, hey, easy there. Almost thought we lost you. How are you doing?
That's how I'm doing.
No. Does the medication have any effect on Vidra's condition?
With a 1, absolutely. Like, I think not only. Okay, so we gotta tie this in, and that it can't be just a pill. I think you hear the microphone is playing the song. Foley and Cash, you both, like, because of the like massive success right there, it's like, Cash, you are hit with a moment of just like flash. Like, you see the boogeyman and Dr. Myers standing side by side for a moment, and you hear the ticking of the monstrous clock. Foley, like, you can see that you can tell that the feedback that you're getting, there's another listening device planted in this bar somewhere.
I think Foley's gonna immediately start searching for it.
And as that is affecting him, he's putting his hands over his ears, trying to make the sound stop. Not again. Not again. As he's like full, like leaning on the bar, half awake. Or actually, no, he's more in like that uncomfortable, groggy state.
Absolutely. This guy, like, is slinking off of his chair, and he starts making for the door.
I'm going to toss down my spike strip in front of the door as a deterrent. Where are you going, friend?
I wasn't going anywhere. I was just, I did that sound was really loud, and just like I got work in the morning, you know. It's just like people to talk to.
Be. We all
As soon as he says that, Foley will shout, "Then why'd you make that noise?"
And it's like, and you do see the listening device, like he's wearing a wire. And she's like, oh,
so I'm gonna I hold him really quickly and I just tap, just Well, obviously you've got places to be. I'd hate to keep it from you. And then meanwhile, on my notepad, I'm writing down a message that says, tell us where you're going. Just write down where you're going. We'll follow you. And I hand him the notepad.
He takes the notepad. He's just like, oh, I just got work in the morning. And he flips the page. He's just like, they have my family.
Well, we clearly can't let you get too far. We can't keep you from your job. Clearly, your employers would be very put out, and we all know that the most sacred duty is to our employers.
Oh yes. It's like Dr. Myers would be very sad if I missed work at the dig site.
Absolutely. And so then I pull the spike strip up, put it back in the duffel bag, and then kind of signal for everybody else to get up, and then we're gonna tail them in the cab.
Yeah, absolutely. The bartender's just like washing out a cup. Every once in a while you hear their bony hands clinking against the glasses.
You've been very helpful. Thank you so much.
Just like, get out of town, get out of town. It's like, you don't want to go there. It's much worse than it was before.
It's always worse. So yeah, we get back out to the cab. All right. We got Foley on the radio. We've got Cash and Vidra in the back seat. Has Cash's condition improved enough that we feel like he can contribute?
I would say enough, really. Considering everything that he's been through up until this point, I don't think he's going to be okay for a while. So at this point, it's very wishy-washy, but he's at least conscious to talk,
Cool.
sort of.
All right. So if you recognize anyone or anything, you give us a shout. Now, I'm also just going to ask a question. Would the reverberating feedback caused by Vidra's microphone have perhaps done something that could potentially cancel out the earworm?
There is a possibility. Unfortunately, any information I would have had about it would have been in my journal. I write everything down. Even that other thing does too.
That other thing?
You know, the boogeyman, or whatever the hell it's calling itself.
Your darker half.
I suppose that's appropriate.
All right. Well, let's. So I kind of get in the car. I pull back out, and I start following our mark. What do I have to do to get that follow? Alan, if you're speaking, you're not pushing.
My bad, I'm sorry. The zombie guy, the zombie orc, I've named him Gorf. Gorf.
Glorf.
Arf?
He is making his way like out of town. He hops in a different taxi, which just happens to be directly in front of you.
All right.
Foley, you are picking up interference that is the same as the interference from before. As you see, you guys looking out the window, you see an ambulance, like coming down the street opposite to you. Let me do this one more time. I like the inside the taxi view, but
We got stuff that needs to be on here.
All right. So are they blocking the roadway or?
I think they're coming up on like a I think you're coming up on a turn, and they are go. Ooh, what the hell happened there? They plan to go straight, but like they are going to like, if they look over and see you, they will, see you. The
Foley's gonna yell at Cat, or not yell at Cash, tell Cash, lay down on the floorboards. Hide!
He would, in that case, he'd duck and hide, and also pull the blanket over himself as best as he
Mhm.
can.
you
Like
All right.
sneaking into to State Park. You don't want to pay for everybody. Have them hide.
I draw my the brim of my hat down low over my eyes so that they maybe won't recognize me. Like again, I'm driving a cab. There are a lot of them.
That is, there is a cab right in front of you, and Glorf is in it.
Yeah. So as far as they're concerned, we're just another cab. I'm just gonna keep driving. And again, I follow the cabbie code, which is to say I have a blood oath, which means I don't give a shit about traffic rules or regulations, moving violations, what have you.
Okay. All right.
My
Do we
job is to
think-
get from point A to point B.
Is it a dex roll, or is it just, are we just all rolling control constantly?
I think this seems like a dex thing because I'm trying to maneuver the cab.
All right. This is just 1d20 because double up wore off.
All right, here we go.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh no!
Oh,
Like, you look behind you as like you're driving through the streets. The ambulance is right behind you. The ambulance is just like, we need to change. You didn't give me your insurance.
All right.
And then it's
Well-
just like, bang, 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 bang as they begin to like fire at you. Arthur, you take 3 damage.
So yeah, that I have 2 hit points.
Roll me 1d6. Roll me 1d8 to see what your damage and what your wound is.
Alrighty.
Oh, I already listed these all off for everybody earlier.
That's 6.
6. Oh, like bone. Like you get hit in the back. Like it goes right through. Good thing Good thing Vidra's so short. Sitting behind you in the seat. Let me just move us there. Here we go. Foley's up front.
Alright.
You get bone fracture in your chest. The bullet goes through the back of the seat and hits you right in your chest. You feel one of the bone splinters pierce your lung as you begin coughing blood.
Oh. God damn. Someone mind so I'm gonna do I have enough wherewithal to basically turn around and return fire?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Alright. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that.
Foley
take
will
it-
take the wheel if you need him to.
Yeah, I go, Foley, hold the wheel.
Call me Jesus. I'm taking the wheel.
Alright.
I really
Okay.
just wanted to make that joke.
Awesome. So I pull out my pistol and I'm gonna try and take out their tires. And so I what do I need to roll to do that? Or, just roll the.
Attack just happens. Roll the damage. On a pistol, 3.
The
So
D6.
hitting a vehicle. Oh yeah, you can hit the tire for sure. The bullet remains inside the tire. 1 would have been the only thing that would have been bad for you in that one.
Yeah. All right. So that basically takes out one of the front tires. Should at least throw them off balance. So we can make our getaway.
Cash, Vidra, Foley, right now, like you see, this is when you see the fact that Arthur is bleeding bad. Like his vest is just soaked through with his blood.
Now, does my armor vest do anything for me?
Oh shit, yeah, you had an armored vest. How much damage did I do to you?
So
I
you
did
did
how much your vest
3 hit
has?
points. I have 2.
Oh, then absolutely. Okay, yeah. You are at 0 HP, but you did not take, like, don't worry about your rib being broke. I think your rib is bruised.
Okay.
But that armored vest is ruined now. It is
Okay.
literally shot.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool.
Vidra's gonna yell out, "Boss, be careful!"
Yeah. This job will be
Right.
the death of me.
Are you at all able to move over to the passenger seat?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, everybody just scrambling around the... Okay, let me just... Back to the inside of the cab.
I'm gonna find a spot to pull over. I'll let Axel drive for a bit. Sorry, not Axel. Foley. Sorry.
There you go.
I kept
What?
thinking Axel F. You know, like
Yeah.
it's the jacket. You know. All right, so I'm gonna let Foley drive. And
Foley has
Hit your
never
head.
driven a car, so this is gonna be a fun experience. Spaceships, robots, yeah, car.
It's the same principle. You steer with the wheel. Gas makes go, brake makes stop.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And to
And
hell
you know
with everyone
traffic
else,
laws
right?
And you know that the traffic laws are quite lax here, so just be careful hitting somebody. Don't hit them too hard. It might upset Arthur somehow.
Nah. The only rule is the blood oath.
Yeah.
Your job is to get from point A to point B as fast as inhumanly possible.
Foley is
No.
just revving the engine.
Now I
Like,
remember why I
oh,
don't
baby.
totally care for EeVille.
Foley
But-
pops in, fucking the offspring, all I want.
But now that Arthur's
He'll
been
put a
moved to
line
the
on-
backseat,
He'll dump a line on the steering wheel and get ready to go.
but now that Arthur's been moved to the backseat, that's with what little medical stuff Cash has on him, he's going to do what he can to try and like heal him
I've got a
magically
med
and
kit.
otherwise. Cash is that is what he is at a profession. He's actually a doctor,
Excellent.
like an actual doctor, not whatever the hell Myers is.
Not a PhD, but medical.
An
Yes.
MD.
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely a control.
I was gonna say it sounds like a control.
Oof.
Oofa doofa.
Oh,
It's worse than we thought.
Hit.
I think, let me see. What does this book say about like blunt damage? Oh, crushing or bludgeoning damage. Roll me a D4, because it's not going to be anything higher than a minor injury, but it is going to be an injury.
For me?
Yes. You're diagnosing 3 sprained extremity. Like, you see his the damage to the to his back has gone up through his shoulder, and anytime he tries to use his right arm, you're going to suffer 1 more damage. And since you are already at 0 HP, you will take more increasing levels of injury the more you use your right arm, though.
Good thing I'm left-handed.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it works out.
See, I'm thinking that why it went so bad is that there was a hell of a pothole or a person in the road that got hit. So the taxi went airborne for like a second.
Yeah, that would work.
Foley, roll me a dex check, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Can Vidra be helping to like point out like what to avoid?
Ooh, let's go.
Absolutely. That's a nat 1.
Hey.
So as Vidra's like, as you guys are like flying down the street, Vidra's like, don't hit that, don't hit that, don't hit that.
I think while Foley's doing this, he also has his head sticking out the window, yelling insults at people.
Yes.
I learned from the best.
Everybody in EeVille is just like, I'm walking here.
Hey, you gabagool! Get off the
Gabagool!
sidewalk!
Somewhere people in Jersey are just cringing at the stereotype.
Where's my paisanos?
Hey, stick a cannoli in your holy.
Capiche paisano?
Hey. Hey, just so you guys all know, as a player, I am shaking my hand whenever I do that.
Good.
Of course.
Aren't we all?
I hope. I'm hoping, but I don't
You
know.
can't say these things without shaking your hand.
I am doing both.
Like
Foley,
it's physically impossible.
Vidra, with Foley's one, you do see like the goodbye nurses like driving around. They are like driving on a flat because there's no traffic laws in EeVille. And they're just like carving furrows into the ground, like Roy's walking down the beach. That's a joke.
Damn it.
And they are just like, you see them like slamming into other cabs and then walking out and like pulling the taxi driver out. And when it doesn't look like Arthur, they just throw them on the ground and get back in their ambulance, and they are just driving after you guys. They have not found you. Like with a 1, you are way ahead of you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Can I spot like a series of alleyways that I think will get us close to Arthur's office?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Like with that 1, I definitely think that you don't even have to make the roll. Like they are right there.
Okay. Like there's a parking garage under the office, and we can like get hidden under there.
It's a good. Somebody eventually went to a parking garage. Sorry, Kay. You didn't trap this one.
All right, so we kind of pull in, get into my. I usher everyone into
Is
my.
it badge access?
Yeah, it's it's been a few months since I was here, but I've made sure periodically to update the badge reader. So I swipe in, and the door opens. So I
You
usher.
have so much mail under your door.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm like, there's kind of there's a sofa, and I kind of sit down at my desk and sink down into my office chair a little bit. Oh, like my armor's shredded, my armored vest is shredded. I've got no hit points, but no serious injuries at this point. I go to the closet, pull out a fresh vest, pull it on, and I look at Cass and go, hey Doc, anything you can do to patch me up before we head back out?
I can say what I can do. Admittedly, it's been a while since I've done anything of that liking.
Like riding a bike, right?
It wouldn't be the first time getting back on after a long absence.
The way that resting up in Liminal Horror works is as long as you guys can take a little bit of a rest, you each recover 4 HP.
I haven't lost any.
Well, then you just like in here day drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bottle. I open up the drawer. There's a bottle of rot gut in there. I toss it over to Foley.
Yes, party. Down this and go drive. No, I'm not doing that. It's crazy.
And so this should
Hold on.
also give Vidra a chance as well.
Question: does that start with like regaining control and then go back to HP, or is it just HP?
Just HP.
Okay.
I think when the bottle is tossed to Foley, I think Cash just not so politely just snatches it from him. You're driving. This is mine.
But you're operating.
It's
Do
medicinal.
I look like someone you want to argue with right now, sir?
A little bit. You're injured.
I will reiterate. Does it look like I'm someone to argue with right now? As he's popping the top off and taking a just knocking it back. I need this after the shit show I've been in.
So, how long do you know how long you were under the control of the boogeyman?
Not actually. I remember exclusively the last thing being up on the moon, but after that, nothing up until now. Give or take.
Do you know what caused? Do you know how the boogeyman came to take control of you?
Would he be able to go into that, Alan?
Yeah, I mean, if you have any ideas, it is so. If real quick, we know that a wave of nightmares is coming to the thing. Peanut theorizes that people that are more attuned to magic were harder hit. So Cash, having replaced all of their blood with pure magic, was a prime target for the nightmares to infiltrate them.
And also
So couple
having
of
a deal set already.
And yeah, that also made it very easy.
so a couple of things. First I rummage around and find a new pen and notebook and give it to Cash because he seemed very distressed to not have one.
I appreciate the thought, but unfortunately, at least the pen can't entirely be replaced. I may be a doctor by trade, but I've picked up some buromancy on the way, and without that, I'm currently helpless.
And then second, is there a way, like at this point, to use equipment in Arthur's office to maybe contact Peanut?
Okay.
There's
So-
a,
Would
there's a ham
Foley's
radio.
background in broadcasting actually help with setting any of that up?
Absolutely, 1000%. Jesus, this is so right for both of you. Vidra and Foley, can you both make me roll me 20-siders? We're just looking to pass either one of your control.
So use control.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Ooh,
I just rolled a 20. That's not great.
it's like with the
I mean,
20, with the 20 like really hurting you guys. Does Wilting Hope go away? Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Wilting Hope, like yeah. So that's a crit failure.
Fun.
So I guess that means you wreck my ham radio setup.
Did I save it at all?
Alan,
Sorry. Yeah, your ham radio just. Oh my god. Alright, so the end of it, as Foley, you are so close to connecting with Peanut. And it's just like, you hear it incredibly staticky. And
I like to think as Foley's messing with the inside of the ham radio, he accidentally breaks one of the tubes. I'm assuming it's a vacuum tube.
yeah.
Yeah, most people don't have extra one of those laying around.
Nope, I do not.
If it makes you feel any better, I'll let you drive my robot once.
That does actually make me feel a little better.
Yeah. But we are on our own.
All right. So
One quick second. I am just looking for a token real fast. I don't know if I just used it too. Man, we did a lot this month. Oh, here it is. Out, like the cord of the ham radio and the receiver become this like disgusting looking worm as it lashes out at you, trying to like get into through your ear. Fully.
Oh God.
Like the dream worm has found you.
Is there any
My fr-
possibility of me just like grabbing the nearest object and like smashing the crap out of it?
I was gonna say I want to hit it with my board with a nail in it.
This is first I gotta roll the HP for this is to see how much damage it does to Foley. It does 4. I think
Oof.
Foley has 5 HP, so
That is correct. So I'm down to 1.
it is latched onto you. It is like it couldn't get past your earphone, so it's just like it has fangs stuck into like your temple and your lower jaw, like a snake biting onto you.
ugh.
Its flesh is thick like a lemon rind.
Ew. That's the smell. All right.
Oh, it's gross.
So
Get it off.
While it's clamping down on your skull there, I'm gonna just like come by and then I'm just gonna use my null metal knuckle duster and then try and just give it the old 1-2.
Do we want to give Vidra the chance to hit it with something?
Yes, Vidra, go for it.
Okay.
Look for something important and heavy.
There's gotta be like a massive book just like on the table right next to the radio.
It's just Arthur A through Z. Like like A is for Arthur through Z. It's
It's one of
the omnibus of his books.
Well, it's one
So
of his book. It's one of his novels.
Yeah.
All right, which letter though?
I'm gonna go with probably Q.
What is the Q book in the series?
There's probably a cue ball from like a pool table
Q is for questioning.
or that.
So yeah, you and that was Q is for questioning was one of my longer books. It was during that phase when I had fired my editor and was just really high on my own supply. There may or may not have been a lot of cocaine going on there. I wrote a lot, and it wasn't very good.
A lot of words, no substance.
All right, Stephen King.
Yeah, exactly.
Roll me
All pulp,
1d6
no juice.
Vidra for damage on this thing. Just so we all know, this thing has 4 HP.
So 1d6.
Yep, 1d6.
Okay. That's not okay.
You hit it and Foley at the same time.
No.
Like-
And
Go ahead. It's still like thrashing around. It is trying to get its way into Foley. Into Foley's ear. I'm gonna roll a d4 Foley for more damage as it like. Oh. Absolutely, like this thing just. Does somebody want to take that? Like, a shot in the dark does 4 damage to a minion of a nightmare. Destroy. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say that since this particular Catman is very upset with the situation that he's now in, he takes the pen that he was given and just, with absolute malice, stabs the thing right through its head.
What kind of pen did you hand Cash, Vidra?
Yeah, like one of those like twist ones that is like with the point where you have to twist it to get the point out, but I never ever put the point away.
Like a fountain pen?
Not quite like a fountain pen, like a ballpoint pen.
Okay.
I mean,
But, like-
granted, anything truly is a dangerous weapon with enough force behind it. And he has trained with both Karam and Midnight.
The lemony zest smell permeates the air as now Foley has 4 little blood marks pouring down his face.
Hey, Doc, think you can do something about this?
Yeah, I can see what I can do.
I kind of want to examine this thing.
Has
Yeah.
anyone actually examined them before?
Flynn has examined them before.
Okay.
In Flynn's office, we examined them. They are creatures that feed on negative emotions. Namely, they are looking for fear and anxiety. Their saliva, while incredibly lemony, smell like, it does not taste like lemon, for the record. If you try to taste it, it tastes like just it. Is anybody afraid of any flavors? I don't think I'm afraid of any flavors, but it tastes of fear. Like it if you taste it, you will relive a moment of just abject terror.
God, it tastes like Jägermeister.
Ooh.
They can take the form of other like inanimate objects. They are mimics in nature. Like this one was mimicking the ham radio receiver and cord. Somebody thought Arthur might be something to be concerned about, so they bugged his office.
For that examination, I throw it out the window.
I would say burn it, but I guess we don't have the time for it.
Also,
This place, not our problem.
also this place, I don't know that burning things in my office is a great idea. I mean, look at all the dry paper and timber and everything. This place would go up like a. If let's just not.
Fair enough. At least you didn't. Wait, did you lick it,
No.
Foley?
Little bit.
God. I'm not even with the crew proper, and they're still licking things. God, this is my nightmare.
Did we actually discover whose nightmare this is?
It could definitely be Cash's nightmare.
I mean, admittedly, that is pretty fitting.
Okay.
A little lick. Had to know.
No.
No,
I
I shouldn't have
I would say you
licked it, or-
didn't.
Cash's nightmare is being rescued by us idiots.
No, see now, there's a nightmare far worse that he'd rather not be reliving, but seeing someone lick something again, just, last time I saw someone lick something, it was Royce, and it was pure no metal. Some things that just never leave you. Anyway.
You
That
guys
doesn't
lost?
sound very smart.
It's Royce, he kind of figured it out. Sorry, Cole.
So let's I mean we've got this chance to rest here. Do we want to make sure that Foley gets a chance to recover?
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I don't want to go back out with Foley at 0.
Absolutely, you guys can you did not let the worm get out, so like, and it does not like transfer information like psychically, so you guys do have plenty of time. Like they don't know you're here is what I'm trying to say.
So pull down the Murphy bed.
Yep.
Have a big old cuddle puddle.
I'm down.
Puddle puddle is a
Is there a
very
sink somewhere?
A sink? Yeah. There's
You-
a bathroom just down the hall.
For very specific reasons, I would like to use a sink, but I also don't want to go by myself.
I'll
Go with you.
Okay. Foley,
No.
you're in no condition. You need to. I've
Yes,
had a
please rest.
to rest up. I'll watch the door for you.
Thank you.
So we go down to the bathroom. I let Cash in, and then close the door and kind of assume a position. I've got my knuckle duster on, ready to, but with my hand in my pocket, just kind of waiting in case someone tries to get the jump on us.
absolutely. And you guys, I don't know if you want that on scene, like on screen cache of what you're doing in there. But
No,
you could,
he's just like washing his face and trying to get off what he can from what he was quite literally pulled out of.
Ash puts on Arthur's backup clothes.
That, or at least like a coat or something. Well, you know, because he'd keep
Ash comes out in
his
Arthur's
dirty.
bathroom.
No, he'd keep on his like dirty clothes, but would at least take off like like his vest and like coat to just be like, yeah, it's fine. This'll do.
Absolutely. So, 4 band-aids later, and like a night's rest on a Murphy bed. Like the sun never rises in EeVille. Like EeVille, it always looks like it's in the middle of the night, no matter what time of day it is. It's one of its charms. But it is
I'm sorry.
morning.
Can you remind me real quick how recovery works?
Oh, you recover 4 HP.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. What is the next step? We lost the guy we were tailing to his job.
But we did know that he was going out to the graveyard, since that's kind of where Doc Myers does a lot of his work.
This is true.
So I'd know how to get there, right?
Oh yeah,
Even with-
totally.
Okay. So we can go out to we'll go out to the graveyard. We'll see what we can find out that way.
As you are going, like, you turn the cards the other way around. I didn't generate the front of a taxi.
That, or we're just aggressively backing up.
Oh yeah, just
We don't want to put miles on the odometer.
Yeah,
Exactly. You gotta
We
you
just
gotta
have-
return this thing like how you found it, right?
Right, exactly. If you just drive backwards, that'll.
The dent in the back, don't know what you're talking about. That was there when you took it out.
Why does it have like red and white paint like you hit an ambulance?
Don't worry about
Don't
it.
worry about it.
Where does
No.
bullet hole come from?
That
You
was
should
that's
see
that's an
others.
extra exhaust spot.
That's a speed hole. It makes the car go faster.
Exactly.
What do you mean you've never heard of that before?
I would love to know who rents the crew cars.
Someone who must have real shit insurance.
You know, I like to think that there's probably a like a standing account for Lockstitch. Yeah, but there is those stipulations that you have to take the insurance.
So, as you guys are driving through, you Cash, you can not just see the lightning, but you feel it crackle through. But instead of thunder, it sounds like like white noise from like radios, like the static sounds.
Mm. And as he's watching it, his ears are just slowly going back. Oh dear.
I think just because I feel like you guys would see it, you see the dig site, and from a distance you can't see any people there, but trust me, there are. Like, you see Myers Tower, now covered in gears. You see multiple backhoes digging up something that must be immense. And you can all hear ticking.
All right. So that's clearly a bad sign. I'm gonna see if there is a way for us to, like, if is there like a fence around or something like that?
There's no fence around, but you do, as we get, can you roll me control?
Sure.
11 is a success. As you approach, you do see, like, just so many people working this mine. But you also see the goodbye nurses have come back here, and they are arguing with each other as they make for the door. I don't think you guys can hear what they're arguing about, but they are definitely like walking, slapping each other. It's just like that was your fault. It's like you lost them. You don't know how to drive.
I'm going to see if there is a way for us to, are there any sort of sentries or anything like that that we got to watch out for, or can we kind of just sneak in?
You could probably sneak in. Everybody, like, it is all just workers, no guards. You do, well, with an 11, I will let you know that you do see some of these people have the long tail of the worm, like, dangling out of one of their ears.
Gotcha. All right. I'm gonna see if we can't, and so presumably we need to get into the clockwork facility, right?
That'd be my guess.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be the source that we got to get to. I'm going to see if we can kind of sneak in, kind of looking like we're just everyday workers, just kind of blending in.
Oh, you guys have to tell me how you're disguising yourselves.
I am going to.
So it's dream logic, right?
Yeah.
Like we've seen the people that are going into the facility. Can we kind of conjure up jumpsuits or whatever it is that they're wearing, like uniforms?
Oh, absolutely. You could even just find like a as you like sneak it, like this little place right back here that could just be full of like
Extras.
workers' uniforms, like
Oh,
overalls.
Yeah, the coveralls. Yeah.
The coveralls. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. So we get some coveralls. I'm gonna put some dirt kind of on my face just to kind of smudge up my features a little bit. And then I'm also going to use just a little bit of like charcoal, and I'm gonna draw like stitches around my hand as if my hand's been stitched on. Just to sell the illusion.
Who wants to roll Dex?
I've got 12.
Yeah, go for it.
Nope.
Ooh.
But is it still do 2 or?
Just the one.
Got it.
So as you approach, like, one of the skeletons just turns and looks at Vidra. And he's just like, oh, you guys are going the wrong way. No, nobody, we're not allowed in the house. Get to the hole. Get to the hole. It's like, I'm your foreman. My name's Foreman.
We were summoned.
It's like, who summoned you? It's like, nobody told me that anybody was being summoned.
You know how the chain of communication gets around here. It can be a little iffy. But yeah, we were called in.
Oh, big shots. First day on the job site and you getting called into the big office? What do you got that I don't? How come I've never been in the house?
Well, it's your bad haircut, in all honesty. I mean, look at the way you carry yourself.
And he's just like, he presses, like, motions back his, like, single lock of, like, hair that is still remaining to the single piece of skin attached to the skull. Like, the one, it's just like, this is the utmost in skeleton fashion. I'll have you know. And it's just like, couple more inches, I'll have it tied in a top knot.
Are you telling me that this guy is basically going for the whole Glenn Danzig devil lock look?
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, that's kind of fucking metal. I'm here for it.
I mean, the hair may be in full skeleton fashion, but why are you wearing pants if you're wanting to be fashionable these days?
We're all wearing coveralls. It's part of the uniform.
That does still. Uniforms like these should be fashionable.
She's like, well, when you're in there, maybe you take that up with Dr. Myers.
Kind of why we're going in. He wants us to help design new uniforms and make everyone look a little more stylish. I mean, you know, presentation is 90% of what we do.
I mean, okay, you mind taking some notes? Like, I want a lot more space and, like, it doesn't really flatter me. Like, I know I don't got a lot going on right now with, like...
Kind of hide your duff, you know? You got no curve, you got no ass. You're minus an ass.
I've got no ass. Can I get some padding? Like, it feels like I'm sitting directly on my tailbone when I sit down in these.
Oh, and that's just not healthy.
To me. We'll make sure that gets covered.
As they're talking, Cash just, like, out of, like, a pocket, just... Because, I mean, I know we're talking about our, wonderful uniforms, but can I interest you in a wig, sir? It might be a little bit more fashionable with more than just, what was it, skeletons?
Are you saying that my coif does not meet snuff? Is that what we're saying here?
Oh, absolutely not. It for sure is up to snuff, but if we're going for universal fashion, maybe just a little extra on the top might help, but also probably keep one's dome warmer, you know, when it gets really cold down there in the mines.
Man, I do get rather cold bones, and it's just like, it's chilly down there. Have you guys seen? We almost got it up.
Got what?
We're
And whatever-
consultants. We haven't really been down there.
And
All
whatever
that
little bit of
often.
confidence Cash had just immediately kind of just disappears for like a moment when he brings that up.
Can't you hear it? As the ticking begins again. And you can tell that it is echoing out from the massive hole in the ground. We're gonna drag it up here. Dr. Myers will power it up again, and we will rule this world. And by we, I mean specifically him, and not me in any way, Dr. Myers, I promise. He's always listening.
Can I borrow that notepad real quick so I can take some more notes? And Foley winks, obviously.
What, Cash, what is this wig? Like, what hairstyle are you offering the skeleton?
Pompadour, only accurate, only thing.
I knew it!
I made a pompadour token a while ago, and now it's just like... Absolutely. Like, all right. So what do you guys like? This skeleton's like going to be walking right up next to you. He'll walk you guys right to the front door.
Oh, I was gonna write a note for him that says slow down the work until the uniform situation is solved.
You know, if you actually do that, do you want a legal counsel to make it look real good?
Sure.
See, this looks like one hell of a memo, but unfortunately I seem to have left my truly official pen behind, but I'm sure any pen will suffice, right? As long as it has the intent, right?
I believe that's how it works.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Don't forget. No, it's just like, if you add a little note right there, butt padding for skeletal crew, we would appreciate that.
Of course, of course.
How do you feel about a merkin?
I think we're going to be pushing it with that.
The
It
pants
might be
are,
a little bit much to ask.
the pants are actually pretty thick. They're very comfortable. It's just like just on the front though. Like the front we've got tons of padding. The back, no padding at all.
That seems
I'm
messed
really
up.
surprised that Dr. Myers, of all people, wouldn't be totally aware that that is a bit of against some kind of violation somewhere, some penal code, bureaumancy, what have you. As he's like
Penal code.
shaking his, yeah, as he's just shaking his hand as he's talking.
You guys hear that? This guy said penal.
Nah.
Fist bump, fist bump, fist bump.
Yes,
roll
penal.
me.
Funny.
Roll me control, but you have to do twice, and you for this game is take the higher.
Godspeed. So that's
there
mine.
You go. That's yours.
Yeah. Oh.
Give me another one just in case you get a 1 or a 20, just so
Alright.
I know.
Nope.
It went rough, guys.
Oh boy.
I'm assuming it's like a giant list of demands now, like got out of control.
I think it's probably the boogeyman comes out to check on what's going on.
I will say, since I didn't get to really say what Cash was dressed as, is that he's has his hair dressed down and he's wearing like a mask, and his glasses, due to the confrontation from yesterday, are broken. So he's attempting to not entirely look like himself, but there's very little he could do about it.
You hear the ticking from the underneath as do you want to do your own voice, or do you want me to take care of this part of it?
Oh, I can.
All right, go for it. Like, what does the boogeyman say upon? Like, work has stopped. Work should not have stopped.
What the fuck are you bags of bones doing out here? We have time. We have so little time, and you are wasting it.
I'll answer the man, foreman.
These, we were getting new uniforms designed.
New uniforms. This is what you get. Do not ask for anything else. And he looks at the new party. Who the hell are you?
I'm going to take this opportunity to recognizing exactly what kind of opportunity has presented itself. I'm just going to sucker punch the boogeyman here. I mean, I walk up to him and just sock him right in the jaw with
Boogeyman gets punched so much.
He's a bitch. He deserves it. I love him.
Yeah, roll me a 6-sider. Fucking punch the boogeyman.
Yeah, look, this is a crisis tunity 3.
All right, boogeyman. Like, you just got socked in the face by a null metal pair of.
Okay, I know how to describe what that looks like.
Don't what? Hit me.
That, you know how the side of his face is covered out? That's actually all just exposed ink. So when he gets punched in the face, it basically just gouges out that side of his face, and now he is like growling and glaring. And it's also sizzling, because yeah, that's a good idea. Gotta smell like burning rancid lemons, right?
Absolutely. It's got to be the worst for everybody. I think because the 20 is also a fail roll in this game, I think Dr. Myers appears as well.
I mean, it could be Dr. Myers appearing and noticing that someone's returned.
It's just seeing all of this is going on. He's just like, is this a strike? We don't unionize.
It is, and the foreman's idea. We were coming to tell.
But Boogeyman, you definitely get an attack if you want to. Is this? Are we just swinging for the fences here? Is that what's happening right here? That we you got punched. Arthur's definitely gonna punch you again if you give him a chance. I bet.
Yep, I am.
Can I at any point, like, I brought my camera flash to act kind of like a flash, like a disorienting thing,
Your flashbang.
like a flashbang.
Absolutely. Yeah, roll me a, because that's gonna count as an attack. Roll me a d4, and you'll do that damage to both Myers and to the Boogeyman. What is that die on? Oh, it's on. It says 4.
It's a 4, but it decided
It's
to
like
be a
halfway.
little creative.
Decided to land like that.
Like I didn't
With
believe you could
style and exquisite wit.
It's just like, what did you roll on the 4-sider?
Yes.
15?
Problem,
Okay.
yes.
So, as you flash it, you hear the sizzle of the ink bubbling up on the Boogeyman's skin, as we know that the Holt uses silver in all of this stuff. So I bet the filament in Vidra's camera is probably silver.
More than likely.
And Dr. Myers, just his eyes start burning because he can't close them now.
As all this happens, I think Foley's gonna run into a backhoe and try to hijack it.
Yeah. Try and knock him into the hole.
Yep.
All right, yeah, Foley, fuck it up. This is Dex.
This is
This
Dex.
to drive.
All right.
Do we think it's Dex, or do we think, like, you tell me what you think the roll is. All of your rolls are the same, so.
I'm gonna say Dex makes sense. Just because handling a giant piece of equipment like that, you kind of have to be a little dexterous to get it to do what you want. Well, ain't that about a bitch?
I think I have an idea how to RP why that happened.
Yeah, go for it.
I think, as you know, Vidra like he gets hit by Arthur, and Vidra takes like basically flashbangs him, even in like a staggering moment. Like, do you remember that he got burned by the like the Wolfman's ink some time ago? That hand changes into like a large, like inky, monstrous, like wolf's claw, and grabs the backhoe, like claw, and pretty much stops it in its pace. It's quite cute. You all think that you could all take me on.
Let go my hoe.
It's not just all of us. And then I whistle to Grorf. Sick him!
Ah, shit, unionize. Control.
All right.
I think strength. I honestly think this is a show of strength and
All right.
camaraderie.
Alrighty.
We're stronger together.
Hell yeah.
Gorsh is like, you got it! And he tackles Dr. Myers from behind. I'm gonna roll a d6 for this, but not 6d6. Goddamn.
All of those, yes.
Yeah, all of them. No, like,
Got
sorry,
on,
my bad.
Damn.
4 is enough to break Dr. Myers' like strength, his thing. So we're dealing strength damage now. Can somebody give me an 8-sider to see what kind of damage the amount of damage he takes?
Yeah, I'll
I'd
do it.
love to.
Yeah,
I'll let you do it. Yeah,
yeah.
I'll let you do the honors.
5 is dislocated shoulder. You see his like arm come out of his socket, and like he's just screaming. Dr. Myers like uses his arm like a whip with the syringes at the end as like like a cat o' nine tails situation, or what, you know what I'm talking about, the whips with all the glass in them.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that knows what I'm talking about there?
Yes.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. Like the self-flagellation tools that were.
Yeah, that. There we go.
Yeah.
And he's gonna smack Scorch with it. Oh no! Alright. Arthur, can you roll for stabbing, slashing, biting damage for another d8, because Gorms only had 3 health.
Yeah.
3. He is stabbed. Multiple of these fingers are stuck inside of his chest, but he grabs Dr. Myers' arm from it. So he has the arm. Who's the next person that wants to go?
So while all of this is happening and Cash is distracted trying to go for the backhoe, I'm just gonna haul off and slam him one more time with the knuckle duster, and then hit him point blank with my pistol.
Yeah. We're gonna go with the higher one. So give me a d8.
Okie doke.
Five. How much did you get hit for before, Cash?
Oh goodness, that's a good question.
So it was 3 first, and then 4 from Vidra. For the
that's right.
flashbang. So that was 7. This is another 5 on top of that, so that means we're now going into strength damage.
Yep, absolutely. Roll me a d8 for this is gunshot wound. Oh, 7. That's nasty. Gushing artery is what it says. What's that look like for you, Boogeyman? As you like.
The more that they are laying into him, the more the less the ink is keeping him together. So he's getting kind of melty jello-mold is the best way I can describe it.
Absolutely. Cash, can you give me an attack as Cash though?
Yes.
What is Cash doing? Are you attacking the Boogeyman? You see Dr. Myers like being overrun by his workers, and they're all chanting stronger together.
I think with Myers kind of turning on him in such an awful way, I think he where's the hearse? Where would the hearse be? Because I think he's going to dash for it if it's within eye shot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think it's also a scrambled, absolutely running for it as this is the safe haven. I gotta get here before anything else happens.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So hop in the hearse. You see Dr. Myers with his arm, his shoulder is slowly putting itself back together. But Dr. Myers does not give a shit about his own anatomy. He's that's not even his arm. As he walks to the edge of the hole with Gorf in his hand raised him up above the hole. He's just let this be an end to this silly little strike.
And then I think I think the next thing Dr. Myers hears is the horn going as he fucking, like, just rams into him into the side of the building.
Oh,
Absolutely
sick.
trying to flatten this man.
Give me 1d12.
Oh, wait, 1d12?
Yep.
Ah, damn it.
3 is still enough. You are still hitting his strength. This is bludgeoning again. All right, so give me a 3-sider. Where, yeah. So, roll me a 6-sider. 1 and 2 is 1. 3 and 4 is 2. 5 and 6 is 3.
Okay, so just a 6-sider. Okay.
It's a 6-sider. Yep.
You threw me off with a 3-sider. I was
Sorry.
like, what the fuck is that?
I mean, I do actually have 3-sided dice.
Same.
I don't doubt it, but it broke me for like a second.
Oh, sick. All right, so he has broken limbs. Like, you hit him to the, like, against the wall, and you hear his spine snap as he is laying on the hood of the car, like his arms, like Freddy Krueger, like style, like scratching their syringe fingers up to the glass. Like, it's like, you were my best friend. As he, like, pokes he pokes one of his fingers through it and starts trying to fill the car with the noxious yellow gas.
What would a nightmare smile be?
That would be straight. It'd be confidence damage, or like you would be damaging control. So yeah,
Okay.
go for a d6 for it. Like, go for it. Smile.
D6. 4.
Okay, so give me another d8. Sorry, everybody. Like, this is gonna be bad if it. Content warning. He is retching. He sees it in absolute fear. He is like he pulls himself off from his bottom body in terror as he skitters like a spider across the ground and is making for the hole. Like, he is trying to get down there. Like, that is the last bastion for him. If he gets into the hole, we don't know if he wins, but he might win. All right, Vidra.
Is the
sorry.
backhoe still being held?
No, the backhoe had to have gotten let go.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
Yeah, I think the building behind him getting basically rammed by, again, what is effectively a car tank really got him off, like, his game.
In that case, Foley starts filling in the hole.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me that dex.
Are
More
you fill
dex?
in the hole to just smother him to death?
I mean, why not?
No.
Man, you are bad with this backhoe.
Can drive
What
a
is
car,
it?
can drive a robot. Backhoe's not.
Here's the thing: there's an opportunity for a very successful failure here, like, because it's
The
entirely
whole
possible.
backhoe could go in.
Or like you just end up batting Dr. Myers away from the hole that he's trying to get into, like, as you're just kind of swinging it
Just
around.
keeping it away.
Goodbye Nurse is standing next to you, Foley, and you see her pull out a scalpel and thrust it at your eye as, like, at the last second. This is going to be her damage. 4, but that only
Ooh.
takes you to 0, so you don't have to roll a fallout thing for it. But she has stabbed you in the eye with a scalpel.
I need that for seeing. Also, this map is getting nuts.
Just a little bit.
The other otter, Goodbye Nurse, is being like descended upon by skeletons and zombies and undead hands as they are just tearing her sewn up body limb from limb. Let me roll to see if she survives that. No, she doesn't. She is disemboweled
Oh,
as, like, they are, like, pulling her, and it's all mechanical in there, and it reeks of lemons, and you see like the foreman wearing his pompadour wig, holding a like holding up a dream worm, like one of the earworm things, and just screaming, "Stronger together!" Boogeyman, you are on your last limb. Like, you are so hurt. You've been shot. You've been flashbanged. Like, you are, wait, which one did we roll for you? Gunshot, that's right. You have a gushing artery, like you are just leaking blood. What would your last attack be? Like, if this is your last attack. Dr. Myers is making his way for the hole, and like, Boogeyman, you know that you and Dr. Myers are in this together. You're gonna take the monstrous clock, you're gonna power the monstrous clock, and you are going to rule the echo.
Hold on.
In an unending long nightmare.
I think, admittedly, the Boogeyman is quite impressed that his other half showed such tenacity, considering that he feels that he is nothing but a cowardly bitch. But what he would do is, despite that he will form a inky tendril to produce Cash's like brio quill, and the only usable hand that he has to hold his journal to cast diagnose on the party.
What are you trying to give him?
He's just trying to like absolutely incapacitate them so they can't do anything to him anymore. So he can also follow Dr. Myers down into the hole.
Okay. This is gonna be slashing damage, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll 1d6. All of you guys are taking this one. You only take 2. Good news for Vidra and Arthur. Bad news for Foley, who now is being like voodoo slashed by a quill. Roll me 1d8 to see what you do.
28. All right. This is gonna go great. It's gonna go great.
Oh, 8 is the worst you could roll.
It's gonna go great.
It's going great. It's going great, guys.
Just
That's
so everybody knows the scale of things. When you take damage and you are out of HP, you take damage like this. 1 is a shallow cut. 2 is a cut or laceration. 3 is stabbed. 4 is slashed, face, loss of ear, face or slash, loss of ear. 5 is severed fingers. 6 is severed hand. 7 is severed limb. 8 is throat slit.
Oh.
Fine. Fine.
Is it funny that I want to roll against myself on this one?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because I think what he's going to do, even armed with just a basic pen, he's going to do the counter option to diagnose, which is prescription, and try and save Foley from basically, choking on his own blood.
Yeah, give me a control. That'll do it. Like, what's that look like? For a second, Foley experiences his throat being completely slit, blood gushing all over the inside of this backhoe. And then do you just stitch him up from a distance?
It just feels like, in a moment, like a full medical, experience, just in like a second. Like, the stopping, the bleeding, the stitching, the patching, everything, and he will probably have an actual bandage around his throat.
Oh, and a lollipop.
He's not Ento.
That's true.
Get a lollipop? What the fuck?
Alright, Arthur and Vidra, you guys got 2 people trying to make their way for the hole. They are throwing back the rioters as much as they can. The Boogeyman bleeding out inky blood. It smells of rancid lemons. Myers clawing himself, burnt out eyes, just bloodshot but also smoking.
Is it possible for me to like kind of like almost do the thing where if I have a rope, I can kind of like circle the one of their ankles and make them fall over and maybe into the hole?
You want to make them fall into the hole?
Well, or keep them from going to where they're supposed to be going. I don't know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So
Like, keep them
Dr.
from
Myers
there.
doesn't have ankles left. Like he has ripped his top half of his body off, and he's pulling himself towards the hole. But you could like,
can I
you could noose it
lasso
up.
him
Yeah.
and grab him and like pull him back?
There is definitely rope in that duffel bag. We have said this specifically multiple times this month, that rope is one of the most useful things that you can have, and it's right by the door. All right, Vidra, give me a dex.
Okay. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
Dr. Myers goes over the edge, and like he's just like waving goodbye to everybody as he falls. He like, oh no, Vidra, as you like try to lasso him, he points a finger at you and it fires like a gun, like a syringe right into your heart. This is gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Or not. He doesn't know when Otter's heart is.
Okay.
Like, it's just like, bink. Like, yeah, it hurts the way that somebody shooting you with a tranq dart would hurt, but, like, there was nothing in that one.
Look, son of a...
What the fuck you, man? Alright. Arthur, you see Dr. Myers has, like, made it over the hole, and he is falling, but, like, again, like, this is TTRPG style, so everything is happening all at once. He has not fallen far into it, but if you ignore the boogeyman will get into that hole. Yeah, he will.
Let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and so the boogeyman is our chief obstacle and our chief objective here. I am going to go ahead and I pull out my ancient amulet. I'm gonna try some magic fuckery with this. Don't know if it'll work. We'll find out. And I am going to basically I wrap it around my my knuckle duster, and I'm going to take one last shot at him with the knuckle duster to try and see if I can use the amulet to basically suck in all of that ink and do something arcane, something that will bind the boogeyman and prevent him from escaping, and hopefully see if we can maybe get Cash fully reconstituted.
For flavor, can this ancient amulet be that phylactery that you were supposed to hunt down for that one lich?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, absolutely. Alright, give me a D8.
Alrighty.
Oh, only one. Okay. So this is gonna be tricky. Alright. Now you hit Cash, and you hit not Cash. You hit the boogeyman, and it sizzles, and he dude. You said he's a coward.
Yeah.
Cash is the coward. The boogeyman is more upfront, but maybe slightly cowardice.
The Dreamworm hates the idea of being stuck in a crystal again, though. He hates it. This is like it. We are experiencing the boogeyman's nightmare now. Give me another D8.
You got it.
I forgot the fact that we trapped him in a crystal lemon before, and like it has been like okay, so 4, absolutely, that is enough. Give me flip a coin. Give me a D2.
Okay. Is there a D2 on here?
There's
You can just do
not.
odds or evens.
Yeah, you could just do odds or evens, whichever die you want.
Yeah, let's just let's roll us a 20. Let's call odds.
Odds it is.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
flavor, can I also like pull that stupid dart out and like chuck it at him? I'm just mad now.
Absolutely. Just like he gets stuck with that. Like yeah. He's just like thunk. What the? The plunger goes in, and it's just like the fear that Cash is like that the boogeyman has been taking from other people, and now the dreamworm is experiencing all of that fear all at once, just complete and total terror. And we know what that fear is as he gets locked in your ancient amulet.
As he's being locked in his amulet, I think one of the things he's screaming at them is, "You are all of Lockstitch. How can you be this fucking competent?"
We're not.
We're freelancers.
We're not competent.
Foley, as as your health, as your throat gets slit and then healed up and like a nice bandage on it, you see Dr. Myers jumping over the ledge. You have that backhoe. Do you want to try to grab him with it?
Oh, I wanted to try to pin him between the wall and the bucket of the backhole.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yep.
Give me one more roll. Let's see if it's a 16 again, because that'd be 3 times in a row that you roll a 16 on this attack. He did it!
Hey,
Let's fucking go.
I mean, it almost landed on 17.
There we go.
yeah, almost.
Dr. Myers, just the top half of a torso, pinned to the wall, just like scrabbling, trying to claw himself clear.
Someone make him eat dirt.
Just like, you got it, boss. And like Foreman with his pompadour wig, like scooping up mud, just throwing it at him. Everybody throw dirt at Dr. Myers. Seize the means of production.
I'd help him, but we're not friends. He told me that.
But we're friends. We're best friends. I'm sorry, Cash. We're best friends. You wouldn't leave me here, would you? You wouldn't leave me to.
I think one of the things that the boogeyman had on him that he dropped right as he walked out was Cash's satchel, which has everything that he needs, including his stock pistol that I don't think he shot once in a very long time.
It's like, oh, you're gonna help me. Thank you, Cash. Thank you. You're my best friend.
If you truly were my best friend, you wouldn't have let me writhed in hell for 2 months, Myers. There is no way that you didn't notice.
I just thought the spookier version of you might be the real you.
No. No. If we truly were friends, you would know who I really am. And he'd shoot him in the head.
And the bullet goes right through Dr. Myers' head and just blows his brains out the back of it. And a raucous cheer goes up from the crowd as they begin like throwing torches and tearing down the tower.
And I think for good measure, Foley's gonna try to fish out this body and make sure it's nowhere near whatever is in the hole.
The goodbye nurse is just like, no hard feelings, right? Sorry.
Oh, very hard feelings.
You wouldn't hurt somebody with glasses as they put glasses on.
Hit him with the
Oh.
glasses.
I would hurt anyone, no matter the situation. I jam my thumb in her eye.
Well, right through the glass.
Oh yeah, just.
I think he's gonna wander over to Arthur. Just hold a hand out. Can I have that, please?
By all means, I believe this belongs to you.
Little bastard.
So yeah, I hand the amulet to Cash. Does it have any effect?
It reeks of lemon, and but Cash, you feel, whew. Cash, do you want your shadow back?
You know, it was really funny. I was thinking after all this, he still had the lingeringness of this whole situation, and his shadow wasn't really a shadow, but an ink puddle that followed him that just looks like a shadow.
That's exactly same wavelength right there.
Let's
Just-
go.
All right, absolutely.
Same
You
brain,
guys,
let's go.
like, you see as Cash takes this now like lemon scented crystal that is just like, in my head it looks like almost like a yin yang, or like a liquid filled dye or liquid filled crystal, like, and it's like a shadowy inkness that the ink pulls out of it and into Cash and up Cash's arm, down the back of his leg, and splays out like a shadow that's just always a second too slow. Like, it is always on the other side of the light, but it is also, it doesn't dodge immediately. Like, it is avoiding the light, but it is not created by the light.
He didn't get his dog back, but you know, a weird worm thing is close enough.
But inside that crystal is the dream worm. Stuck in there, we have the, like, yeah, it's there, stuck. And until, like, something fun happens and we break it out again.
It's gonna be a hell of a time trying to pry it out of his hands, because at this point he feels as though it is a bit of a personal responsibility, since he is still, to a degree, tied to this thing by a contract. Informal contract, but a contract nonetheless.
And yeah, everybody around begins to like they are just celebrating. They're having a great time. They are like, you see them destroying like all of the speakers around the area that have been constantly playing the song Something About Secrets.
Would one say it feels quite hopeful in this moment?
Absolutely, somebody would say that it feels quite hopeful, and also, you know what, some might say that competency reigns. Still my favorite fire like thing that I have. I've got tons of fire ones, but that one's the one I like.
I think he's gonna turn to the rest of them and just, is anybody good enough to drive? You can drive my car. I think I need a nap.
No, I just learned to drive.
Don't
I'm as
worry,
sure
it's
of
built like a
myself.
tank. You'll be fine.
Needs
There's
the
plenty of
practice.
room. I'm gonna stretch out in the back. I've taken some hits here.
Oh, you've taken some hits.
Wait, oh, hold on. Arthur takes his, like, a nap in the back. Cash is just like, alright, just pops the back open and crawls into the coffin. Don't wake me when we get to Silver Thimble, and just, you know, closes it. Just, that's where he's gonna be. Man's tired.
I'm just gonna act as navigator. Big map.
Are we leaving the taxi here?
Taxi.
I mean,
You can hitch it on the back. We got rope.
Yeah.
I like to think the first attempt they don't hitch it right, like they tie it to the bumper rather than the frame.
also, I'm too short to reach the pedals, so I'm not taking a taxi.
Towing the taxi, terrifying.
First, our second-time driver having to haul something like a car. It's gonna go great.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
That'll ever happen. Just
Hey,
let us
I
dream,
got
right?
good insurance. Don't worry about it.
I don't have to pay for the rental.
Yeah, everybody, that is the end of Liminal Horror. As horrific as I guess it wasn't. I'm bad things kept happening, but
It could have
I
gotten
mean,
a lot
that
worse.
was pretty horrifying, honestly.
Yeah.
Foley almost died today.
So did I.
Also,
Yeah,
that
but
was
more
also
importantly, Foley almost died today.
it's kind of funny that I, was playing against myself.
oh yeah, look forward to next month where Tarkus is gonna have to play against himself. Not again. I don't want to use the word you got like it's not against himself, so what is it? But I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say Ro's gonna have to play with himself. I'm not gonna use those words. You guys can't clip it.
I think
You guys
just did
you
that.
can't clip it if I didn't say it.
I think you just
Someone
did.
clip it. Come on.
I didn't hear
You know you want to. There it is.
it.
Yeah, that's it. I was expecting so many more 13s. I was trying to like we had a ton of rolls, but only one turned out to be a 13. Nobody used the turn of roll into a 13.
I
But-
mean, the dice had a story to play.
The
They
dice
did.
had a story, and they told it. If you are just Lockstitch adjacent, competency. But all month you guys have been like fucking killing it. So
Well, I mean, if you're talking about a creature like the Dreamworm, it doesn't expect Lockstitch to be intelligent. Considering a lot of the track record it's aware
I'm
of.
gonna say, look at everything we've done.
Who?
what's that?
Who?
Who?
Coo-hoo.
We've done 2 coups.
So yeah, as you guys are driving, you are hearing you hear the clock ticking, and on the way back, the sense of dread and fear begins to bleed away from the world. Like in the sky, you see a moth flying past and is starting to fade from this world. You see evidence of wolf packs starting to walk through forests, but start to fade as you know that they are looking at you, but they are fading, and hope is coming back to everyone. The sound, the music sounds clearer, sounds better, sounds just that. You are able to Vidra, the fear in the back of your head whenever a song was on starts to fade away on this long trip.
Good to know.
As the world starts fading back from the nightmare reality that it was into just the echo has begun to wake up as a whole. And yeah, we did it, guys. We all survived the long nightmare. Well, some of us survived better than others. Patagon and Simmons wake up in their beds, remembering their deaths, but they're alive again.
Thank God. I was about ready to assemble a hit squad to avenge Simmons' death if they were actually dead, you know? Because Simmons is the team pet. Only an absolute monster would actually hurt that perfect idiot.
Arthur going 3 for 3 for wanting to punch the villains in the face.
It's effective.
It's work.
Damn right it is.
They
We're
expect
done.
that they're going to be able to get a monologue out, and I get them while they're talking.
So we are playing another game tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are playing the finishing of the game Heart, the City Beneath, where we started this arc, and we're going back there. We are taking the villains back into their mission to claim the monstrous clock's powers for themselves. That is in a different world. It is in a world of nightmares. Is where the villains came from. So they will all be going back there, and they will be taking their newfound powers and newfound knowledge, and whichever one of them reaches the clock and can claim it for themselves will become the new big bad for that world, because there is a vacancy left by Howl. And then Thursday, which is Halloween, we are going to have a big Halloween event. We are going to do at least 3 games of 10 candles, but it's going to be more like 3 candles. And they are going to be based on 1980s cheesy horror movies, everybody. There's going to be a sci-fi one, there's going to be a Night of the Living Dead one. It's going to be great. It's starting at normal time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are going to run a little bit later, and I think significantly later is the better thing to do it. The first half is going to be hosted by our very own Patagon, back from the dead, and the second half of it will be ran by Ether, again, back from the dead. And I hope everybody looks forward to it, and if you can show up, absolutely. It's going to be so much fun. If you can't make it, I understand Halloween's a thing. You guys got lives. But if you don't got a life, join us.
I mean,
Thanks for calling me
some
out.
of us don't have lives.
I have to. It's a Thursday and I'm an adult. I have to work.
Nick is so you'll be there is what you're saying.
Just call out.
You guys, you all did amazing. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you, Foley, for forgetting that you were playing this game and then showing up and playing it great anyway.
Yes.
So fucking just
So good.
Completely forgot.
No, you're good. It happens. I understand. But you guys all fucking killed it. I love it. I love it so much. I don't really have much else to say. I gotta pee, if that makes you feel any better. Let's all say goodbye
Congratulations.
forever.
Goodbye forever.
Goodbye
forever.
forever.
Goodbye, everybody.
Good night.
Run that song.